The definition of our work as actors is the ability to respond truly to imaginary circumstances. The ability to respond truly to imaginary circumstances. It is also, another definition of it is psychology put into behavior. So we understand the psychology of a person, and then we have to implement the behavior, and thereby, when you do that with behavior, what you're really doing is illuminating a character, thereby illuminating the story. So when we say method acting, that is inclusive of getting the actor's body and mind and spirit prepared to work. That can take sometimes as long as a year or 2 years. That's why we get you up at 7 in the morning and get Michael Tucci to train everybody to run down and get yourselves in the great shape. You're now running 3 miles, and when you started you couldn't do that, correct? Can you do this without having that on your head? Method acting is script analysis. Method acting is the use of improvisation. Method acting is the use of sensory work. Method acting is a way to get inside and underneath a character so that you can arrive at the truth and a reality. And we are trying to intensify. Hi there. We are intensifying the reality. That's what we're doing. Otherwise, why should we watch 2 people? Follow me? So it's all inclusive of these things. When you say method acting, you're talking about the ability to respond truly to imaginary circumstances. An actor and actress getting themselves into incredible physical condition, working on their voices, working on their bodies, learning how to tumble, learning how to sword fight, learning how to dance, then learning the sensory work. The basic technique of sensory work is the ability to take an imaginary object and respond to it. Sounds simple. Some people think, oh, well, you just do it. Well, you see how hard it is. You see how confusing it can be. To get to the point where I can look over there, and if I take a second, pretty soon I'm going to see a Native American sitting there watching us. And I can see his black hair, and he's pretty big. And you can see him looking for the feather. Pretty soon on that rock. Ow. He's not there, but he might be there. Okay? Now, that's the other reason. He might be there. He's not there, but he's not there. There are no Montauk monsters here, but if we look around, there might be one, and we respond to it. Again, the ability to respond truly to imaginary circumstances. And all that encompasses, from sensory work to improvisation to script analysis, to where am I coming from, where am I going to, what would I be doing in this place if this scene were never written? Who am I? What are the activities that illuminate the psychology of the character? These are all part and parcel of the definition, the ability to respond truly to imaginary circumstances. What is a substitution? What is a personalization? What is a private moment? What is a personal object? What is the sensory cut? When we say, most people say putting on and taking off shoes and socks, we understand what that is, but sensory work is a totally different exercise. Follow me? So, when you say you don't understand what we're doing, I'm going to say something kind of funny. Do we understand life? No. Do we understand how to get to life? In some ways we can. We know that if I stop eating and drinking like a pig, I'm going to lose some weight, right? We know that I can swim a couple of miles, but that took me a long time to be able to do that. We know certain things work. We know the sun's going to come up and the sun's going to go down. But every time you take on a role, that's a brand new set of circumstances, and therefore we use a method to try and get to the truth and the reality of the character so we can illuminate the story, because we're telling stories, aren't we? What is the truth? And again, back to Where am I coming from? That means your backstory.